Milton continues to be a major hurricane. Now, as Ross mentioned, the winds are no longer as strong. Now, that's all part of the forecast. Locally for us, think of it as Ross mentioned. The first half, which is what we're dealing with, a big rainmaker, 12 inches still. Additional rainfall for those of you in Putnam County. On to St. Johns County, about another 5 to 10 inches of rain. As Ross mentioned, most of the heavy rains have pretty much been over the southern half of St. Johns County. Those will slowly climb northward, but another 5 to 10 inches of rain. Storm surge of 3 to 5. Now that's on the ocean side, 2 to 4 on the riverside. You're also going to have some of the highest winds. Now, I do want to make this clear that the good news is we do not expect you to have sustained hurricane force winds. The hurricane warnings were issued 24 hours ago when the possibility was stronger of maybe what if it comes a little farther to the north. We don't think that's going to happen, but still a big deal, certainly even just with the rainfall. But with sustained winds of 55 and gusts to 75, that's one of the reasons a 3 to 5 foot surge along the ocean front. But that will be enough to bring down widespread trees and have widespread power outages. So the reason that we expect the worst of the weather to be over St. John's and Putnam is because you are and will be closest to the impacts of the eye wall. You won't have the eye wall, but you'll be closest to it. And that's why both of your counties are under hurricane warnings. The rest of us under tropical storm warnings, and then the next two counties that will be hit second hardest, if that makes sense, Clay and Duval. Now, we line these up together because Duval is closer to the ocean, Clay closer to the hurricane. Remember, the hurricane is going to pass south of us, really locking in on the idea that the eye will pass 130 miles south of NAS Jax and about 100 miles south of St. Augustine. And because the hurricane force winds are only expected to extend about 30 miles north, you can do the math. And that's all really we're doing. We're not doing any kind of special forecasting necessarily. So for Duval, a 2 to 4 foot surge. We talked about how that compares to Irma. 4 to 8 inches of rain, that's probably on the high side. We're talking about rainfall totals. I think if it gets even close to 8-inch totals, that's going to be out around the beaches and extreme southeastern Duval. And then for those of you in the southern and eastern portions of Clay County. Farther to the north, not as bad, but still for those of you in Nassau, Camden, and Glen, you get some gusts of 50, and that could bring down some trees and some power outages. 1 to 4 foot surge. Farther off to the north you go, closer to just 1 foot, that it's not going to be a problem, maybe 4 foot as you get down toward Nassau County. And then thank goodness, for those of you out to the west, especially Columbia County and Lake City, where you have had to deal with both Helene and Debbie, you're going to receive probably only an inch of rain and maybe just gusts of 30 miles per hour. And then we get up to Waycross, and I think you're just going to call this a nice breeze. And maybe if some of your friends in St. Johns and Putnam County need a place to stay, maybe they'll be going up to where you are. I do want to also mention that because of the warmer waters on the wider sections of the St. Johns and at the beach, that over those waters, even farther to the north, they're going to be higher. Notice these winds, sustained 50 gusts to 75. That's even along the coastal waters of Nassau and Duval County, so be aware of that. Over the warmer waters, the winds will be higher farther off to the north. You want some nice weather? Looks like we're going to get it late Friday right on through the weekend.